What's up, YouTube? This is Copy7789 here, coming at you guys with my first video, like I said yesterday, of what I'm calling the deck analysis series. Now, before I get into the one today, which is going to be wind-ups, just remember that these videos are leading up to my ban list predictions. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to start with wind-ups. And the main reason I'm starting with windups is because they won the North American World Championship qualifier, and they also won the European Championship. Um, Now, I don't want to bring personal feelings into this discussion. All I'm going to say is I've never been a huge fan of windups. I'm just not a huge fan of the way they play. Um, with its recent success, I think you're going to see a lot more people playing it until the end of the format. Obviously until we see a ban list. Um, However, I think if you don't open the loop with this deck, it becomes a skill game. And a lot of the people now just think it's one of those decks where you can just pick it up and and play with it. Like it's a real easy deck to play. Well, no, there's a lot of different factors that come into it. You have to know when you don't open the loop. You have to know when to activate certain things and all kinds of stuff like that. Um, So yeah, windups is one of those decks that obviously gets hurt pretty heavily by hand traps. Everyone clearly is running three effect veiler. If you have them, you're running three effect veilers in just about every deck. Um, and because of how windups have done over the past couple weeks, um, obviously at the huge events, and not just to take into account the North American Championship and the European Championship, they also did it a numerous amount of nationals, like in Europe and elsewhere for that matter. Now, obviously, this doesn't affect the OCG meta that much. They're not very big in the OCG meta, but then again, OCG has better, better things against. Or I guess the best way to put it is just they have decks that can counter it a little bit easier right now than we do. But yeah, or I guess the best way to put it is it's not as popular in the OCG meta as it is in the TCG meta. Um, with windups doing so well, I believe that hand traps are going to be seeing a little bit more play. Like I think people are going to start maining Max C. Definitely siding Max C again, but I think they're definitely going to start maining Max C as well. And I think it's going to lose popularity again, just like it did um, originally. Um, because, people are going to start, like I said, picking up or start playing hand traps again, and Veilers and Maxis hurt windups a lot, especially when they're going for the loop. And if you're able to stop windups plays, they're not going to be able to do much. Um, and that's where decks like Dino Rabbit, decks like Chaos Dragons, decks like well, anything, and Inzectors can just absolutely take advantage of that. Especially Inzectors. Inzectors and Dino Rabbit can easily take advantage of windups if you stop their plays. Um, Chaos Dragons not so much because if as a windup player, if you have the back rows to deal with their Chaos Dragon monsters, you can just do whatever you were going to do again next turn and not really have to worry about anything. So yeah. As far as its worst matchup goes, I would have to say it's probably Dino Rabbit. Um, Dino Rabbit has the ability to obviously get up bigger monsters. Not bigger monsters, but they have the ability to slow you down and control you, and that's huge. Its best matchup is probably Chaos Dragons, I would have to say. Chaos Dragons really doesn't have many ways to stop what windups can do. Um, so yeah. Um, so I know this was pretty quick. Most of my analysis are just going to be pretty quick. I'm not really going to go into detail on what the decks do because I think most of you guys should know what they do already. But yeah, all I'm really going to say is windups are still pretty good. With They're better with less hand traps in the main deck than with more hand traps in the main deck. and it's one of those decks that gains popularity and then loses it again, and so on and so forth. It doesn't see consistent play, I guess is probably the best way I want to put it. So that is the deck analysis for today. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm probably going to go into Chaos Dragons, since that's probably the deck that's done, aside from Dino Rabbit, the deck that's done the next best behind windups at these World Championship qualifiers. So yeah, guys, stay tuned for that. As always, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And expect more videos for the rest of this week, next week, and so on and so forth. And hopefully in the next couple weeks I will have a ban list together for you guys, so you can see my predictions. And then we'll see, how right I was or how right I wasn't. So yeah, guys, as always, I do appreciate it. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. All right. Peace out, YouTube.